KATU.com. Free video, no pop-ups, no registration. And watch K2 News every day for coverage that truly reflects life in the Northwest. See the difference and the reasons why more viewers are switching to K2 News, the Northwest news leader and the spirit of the Northwest.
The K2 investigation reveals thieves are stealing millions in forest products from public lands, and there's little that can be done to stop them. K2 outdoor reporter Grant McComey brings us this too exclusive on the high-profit, low-risk crime that's robbing us of valuable natural resources.
Last month, we showed you these three men who were caught stealing hundreds of pounds of salal from the Salal National Forest and then claimed they were innocent.
You know, pues no sabían leer los mapas, no sabían leer nada.
He says they didn't know how to read the maps, and he doesn't know English.
The forestry agents who had watched the men for days said the crime is common and the huge bales are part of a large-scale theft off public land.
This is three people. A van load of 6 or 8 of them would produce 2 or 2.5 times as much of this product in a single day. Tip of the iceberg.
We wanted to know more about this crime, so this week we met Bob Wyatt.
To me, it's the thicker the better, because you're not moving. You know, the more steps I take without snapping something, the less money I make. So.
Wyatt's a salal harvester who buys a permit from the Forest Service, so he and his wife Wendy can pick up to 20 bundles an hour of the lush greenery that's used in floral arrangements. They'll be paid $1.30 per bundle, a good living until a couple of years ago when the thefts began. Nearby, at one of Wyatt's permitted spots, illegal pickers stole his salal and left the dried remains strewn across the ground. He says there's little he can do to stop it.
If you get a van load of guys and you drop 4 or 5 of them off, well, even the law enforcement, they don't know they're there until you see this. And it's gotten real bad. I mean, it's just an everyday occurrence.
That brings us to this unassuming building in downtown Coos Bay, where the pickers sell their salal to continental floral greens. Inside, the salal's examined, weighed in 1.5-pound bundles, then placed into cold storage to be sold around the world. Continental is one of the largest of the processing sheds in the South Coast area for salal. They'll average about 15,000 of these bundles through this plant each week, and that's a season peak that stretches for about 3 or 4 months. We're in it right now. Todd Hamilton, the plant manager, says pickers must have a permit on file with his company. The trouble is, there's no guarantee that each picker is actually working his assigned area.
Do you have any control at all over where these folks go to pick?
None whatsoever. Have no control. You know, it's pretty much you take their word for it. They bring you in a permit and it shows where it's at. I mean, there's no way to know if that's where they're actually picking or not. There's a lot of woods out there.
That is the crux of this crime for forestry agent David Church, who depends upon luck as much as skill to bust the forest thieves.
Luck, you can stumble onto proof, but gathering evidence, enough evidence to have probable cause or proof to charge somebody with this type of a crime can be real difficult.
A difficult crime that, like salal, is growing across the Northwest forests. Here, Coos Bay, Grant McComey, K2 News.
Forestry officials say several $100 million worth of salal is harvested off federal and state lands each year. The forest cops say as much, if not more, is stolen off our lands as well. Soon, forest thieves will turn their attention to other plants like bear grass, and Grant will continue to expose the problem.